Hello YouTube, it's Grasp PHP here, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to insert records into your MySQL database within your PHP script. So in the last tutorial we pulled information from this table, this very table here, onto our web page and displayed it to our user. I recommend you watch that one and how to connect to a MySQL database before you watch this tutorial, so if you haven't yet then go back and watch it. But now we're going to be inserting rows into this table, so essentially inserting fruits into this table. So as you can see, I've got my PHP MyAdmin and I've got my web server here all ready to start to use. So we're going to obviously start off with our opening PHP and closing PHP tags. Now the first thing, if you're building like a registration form or something for a user, which I will make a tutorial on very soon, you're obviously going to have user inputs like a form, a HTML form on a page with validation and everything. But as this tutorial isn't about HTML and it's just about PHP, I'm going to be assigning string data into variables which we will insert into this database. So first off, we need to note what fields we've actually got to insert, which is name and description. I do have an ID field here, but if you look at my structure, we can see that my ID is auto increment, so we don't need to insert it, it'll automatically increment itself. So we've got name and description that we actually need to insert. So if we go into our favourite text editor here, I'm going to define two variables, one being name and the other being description. Whoops. Obviously making sure we've got semicolons on the end of each line. Then we're going to connect to the server. I've done a tutorial on this, so I'm not going to explain it much, but if you don't know how to do this, go and watch that tutorial I've done. You'll see it on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/graspphp. So we're going to do the error message as could not connect to the server. Whoops. And we're going to connect to localhost. The username of root and the password of nothing. And we're going to connect to the database using MySQL. Select DB in case multiple databases reside on your server. Whoops. Okay. And my database is called test. So I'm just going to save this and then refresh it. If we get any error messages, then we know we've done something wrong. If we get a blank page with nothing on it, then we know everything's fine. And we get a blank page, we know that everything's connected and fine. We need to start the query, which will be MySQL_query. And just like the others, we're going to tag an or die onto the end as an error message, and we should say query could not be completed. And in here we're going to start the query by saying insert into, making sure these are capitals obviously. Then the name of our table, which is fruits in my case, but yours might be sort of users or mailing list or anything like that. Now I'm going to say values in capitals with a bracket around it. And again, if we look at my table structure, I've got ID, name and description. ID we don't have to insert, so I'm going to keep that blank here. You need to keep these in order. So in here we're going to put name. I know in single quotes it doesn't normally interpolate your variables, but it does in queries. Name and description, so ID is being kept blank. Then so we know it's completed, we're going to echo successfully completed, even though I spelled successfully wrong. Okay, so we're going to save that. Now I'm going to try and insert pear, the fruit name pear, and a description of this is a test description. Okay, so I'm going to save that now. I'm going to go across to my PHP MyAdmin, and as you can see there's no pear in here, so I'm going to go back to my page and refresh it. We see successfully completed, which is the message we put at the end after the query completed. So if we go back to PHP MyAdmin and refresh, we can actually see we've got this new row here saying pear, and then this is a test description, which is exactly what we entered. So just for the fun of it, we're going to add one more, and that will be, what other fruits can I think of? I'll just put a test fruit in here, just because I can't think of any other fruits. Then this is a test description, I'll keep that there. I'll save it, we'll go across and refresh it again. We see successfully completed. If we go back to PHP MyAdmin and refresh, we can see we get another row here saying fruit. This is test description, which is exactly what we entered. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial. There's the code if you need to pause the video and have a look at it for a minute. If you have any comments or questions regarding sort of how you can implement this code in your scenario, then please leave a comment. I will be doing a tutorial on registering a user into a MySQL database with your PHP script and a HTML form with validation as well. So if that's what you're waiting for, then hang on, I'll be doing that very soon. Otherwise, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.